What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Wager Alarm live stream. I'm your host, Howard Bender. With me, of course, Craig Mish. Welcome to Tuesday night, Chris. Chris. I don't even know what day it is. Gotta be honest with you. It's Tuesday, week 2. The books are closed. Finished off with a sound Green Bay win on Monday Night Football. We did not bet that game at all, but Craig 5-2 in the Golden Nugget. Oh baby, and then another 3-2 day in the Super Contest, and a lesson learned, a hard lesson learned by yours truly.
Yeah, but I don't look. I wouldn't feel so bad about it, and we all sort of second guess ourselves doing this, and I mean, truthfully, we really haven't changed picks. I mean, almost at all. In fact, I think like the first year in, I may have done a decree where we're never going to change picks, and I just totally forgot about that. But I mean, overall, 9-5 in the Golden Nugget, which is fantastic to start the season, college and pro. And then we're doing okay in the Super Contest. I mean, if we finish with this percentage that we have right now in the end, we're going to win the contest. But that's the hard part about it. But
6-4 is not bad, considering you sent me a screenshot of the top 5 most picked games this past week, and they all lost.
Yeah, I mean, think about that for a second. And this is not uncommon that in the Super Contest at the Westgate, they compile the data of everybody who picks of all the people who pick, who they want in the week. And then they used to release it Saturday night, Howard. It was really convenient to bet because I'd bet against that.
Right.
Yeah, I'd bet against the consensus. So they would do, and they actually used to have a consensus show where they were like for 15 minutes they had like a podcast talking about who were the most picked teams in the contest. But they allowed a later entry this year and last year too. Last year made sense, but this year too. So they don't release it until Sunday morning. And what's funny was I was doing a Sports Grid show Sunday morning, and I do a show 8 a.m. And I remember off the air saying to my co-host Joe Pisapia, "Hey, the Super Contest consensus is out, so here are the games that are going to lose this week. If you have any of these, you're a loser." And lo and behold, the top 5 teams selected by arguably the smartest people in the country who were in this contest, all 5 games lost. I mean, that is just wild. But it happens a lot. Next week, it'll probably be 1-4. And so if you want to take some good betting advice, pull up the most picked teams in the Super Contest each Sunday and fade it, because in general, you're going to win more than you lose.
You are. We didn't have any of those games, did we?
No, we did not.
We didn't have a single one. It was So for those who are curious, Pittsburgh -5.5 was the most picked.
Yeah.
And it was the Eagles +3.5, the Chiefs -3.5, the Rams -3.5, and Arizona -3.5. And you and I were actually on the other side of those last 2 games.
That's why I feel so good this year. I feel like I'm feeling good about the start. That we're seeing it. We're seeing the path. The games are coming in a little bit now. Truthfully, in that consensus, let's be honest, Kansas City could have covered, right? Like, I mean, that could have came in for sure.
Well, I mean, no, because they needed a field goal to win, and that would have put them like 2 points up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So were any of those 5 in doubt at all?
No, Pittsburgh was getting beaten up, right? Pittsburgh was getting beaten up. Minnesota kept it close with Arizona the entire time.
That was never in doubt.
The Colts kept it close with the Rams the entire time.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles just kind of they got beaten up.
I think that one, a couple plays got called back and stuff. That may have been
close. The Rieger touchdown.
Yeah, but in the end, that's the key, is that you're on the right side of these things, and look, even in college, the games go sideways sometimes. But like I said, I feel good that our theories are working early on in the season. Like, we have these ideas of things that we like to do, and those are coming in. We've hit a Monday Night Dog. We've hit a coach fired, and we go with the team that happens with. Like, I mean, that's good. Like the things we're saying are happening. Like, I can appreciate that.
Well, then I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. I mean, if you want to review these picks here and, get a little braggadocious because you crushed it with college. You crushed it with college. 3-1 in the nugget on the college pick. So if you want to do that. But there are two games. I'm just telling you right now, there are two games in particular in the NFL that I feel are like must takes for us.
This week coming up?
Must takes for us.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
this week
we'll
coming
get to
up.
that. We'll get
So
to
we'll
that.
look at the lines in a bit.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a little recap here for
let's
everybody?
just go through it real quick. Yeah.
All right. So Golden Nugget. He's now got to like pull the ticket up here. All these tickets, by the way, are on.
I'll start it off here. So, so we talked about last week. Clay Helton got fired as head coach of USC. And we wanted to take USC because they fired the coach, and usually teams win and cover when that happens. And it was close at the half, and it was not in the second half, and USC annihilated Washington State, so that was a win. Kansas State, not Kansas State, we should have taken them too, but West Virginia. West Virginia was destroying Virginia Tech at home. Unranked team versus a ranked team, which is something that we like to do, especially when they're at home. And then Virginia Tech, they like, oh my gosh, they made so many mistakes down the stretch. West Virginia remind me not to take them again because they played not to lose in that game. And I wouldn't say we were lucky to win because they were up 27-7, but that was a nice win too. So that was the second one. Now, catch me up here on the others.
Minnesota, we took them plus 3.5 on the road. Colorado.
No brainer. You keep taking Minnesota. Minnesota's a really good team. They lost that first week to Ohio State. I'm in on them on the over on their season win total. I'm a big fan of PJ Fleck. I think that they got a great shot to beat some of the better teams in the Big Ten. So, yes, another no-doubter, by the way, crushed Colorado in Colorado. That was a great one. Great pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And then the one loss that we took was Florida State.
Oh, Florida State got killed. Florida State was a terrible pick. Florida State, I just can't take them anymore. I thought that we were buying in at the lowest point against Wake Forest. Wake Forest plays Friday night, by the way, against Virginia. Kind of like Virginia a little bit, to be honest, Friday night. But Wake Forest just dismantled Florida State. This is the worst Florida State team that I've seen in my life. I mean, my life, and I live in Florida, and I've followed the Seminoles. I mean, I'm a Gator, but I've followed the Seminoles forever. This is it's shocking how bad they are, and that game wasn't close. It was a horrible pick. 3-1 though. Take it.
3-1 on the college front. The rest of the way there for the pro games, we took the Panthers plus the points. That was never in any doubt. They came out swinging and swinging hard.
Fantastic pick. It was the Saints. The Saints were the Saints. I think, personally, are a completely fraudulent team. I do not think they're going to have a good year.
And I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. I mean, even we'll see what happens with Michael Thomas. I think the problem is just Jameis Winston is a problem.
He's not good.
He's not good. 5 touchdowns and 185 yards in week 1. I mean, could you have given me a bigger fluke?
Yeah, you know what? He's going to have another nice game this year at some point. But sure. But if you watch, there's no possible way if you watch that game that you could think he's good. I mean, it's just and I think personally, and I don't think this is a good thing, but whatever. I think Taysom Hill's going to end up starting from like 1 point to the end of the season, and they're just going to say, "Hey, let's see what we got." I think it's going to be a rough year for them.
And I also think, obviously, the early season wear and tear of not having a home game or a home stadium or anything like that they're dealing with.
This week too.
This week as well.
Yep.
So we'll have to eyeball that one. We lost with the Browns. They did not cover the spread. Texans kept it close throughout. I thought that there was a chance, like in the fourth quarter, where the Browns could extend the lead a little bit more and give us that win, but it just didn't happen.
Not a good pick. And I think the surprising thing for me from Cleveland was their defense. That was stunning to see how bad their defense is. Something I definitely have to monitor with them as the season goes on. Zero excuse to give up a point in the second half. I mean, look, Taylor is okay, and he had his way a little bit with them, and look, he had his way with Jacksonville too. But Davis Mills, No, that should not have happened, especially how rattled they got him on the first possession, but they couldn't stop him. I mean,
Yeah,
their defense didn't look good.
and it kills me because that's, I do feel like it's a good secondary, right? Like I do feel like they've got talent out there in the secondary, and it's just, I mean, teams are just passing on them left and right. Like, okay, you can run the ball all you want. We're just going to chuck it downfield, and you're screwed. So
Yeah, they
it's
didn't play
definitely
well.
yeah, definitely something to watch. The last game that we took in the Golden Nugget, the win, the Indianapolis Colts. Now, here was my lesson learned, because I was gung ho Colts right from the start, and then I got 2 wide receivers and another offensive lineman who land on the injury report on Friday. That's not a good thing. One of the receivers actually was out for the game, Paris Campbell. Michael Pittman played beautifully, looked really good on the field there, and the offensive lineman played. So, all that, overthinking and nervousness and stuff like that. I said, let's take it. We'll take the Colts in the Golden Nugget, but let's pivot to the Jaguars in the Super Contest. Yeah. And I don't know, man. I mean, I almost want to just blame you for the pick, because you should have talked me out of being such an idiot.
I know. And the second that when we were talking about this on Friday and you mentioned the Colts, and even early in the week, I was like, yep, looks like an ugly pick and looks like the right pick to me. Definitely looks like everyone is going to be on the Rams. They're a favorite and they're going to lose, and yeah, I mean, I think I did, in fairness to me, I think I did make the comment that I don't get rattled unless I see the line move, and the line didn't move.
Yeah, I know. You did say that. Did you say it forcefully enough, though,
I did
Craig?
Not say it forcefully.
Did you assert yourself in any way, shape, or form?
I did not. I get scared when the line moves. I'm just like everybody else. I'm like, whoa, what am I missing? But I mean, the picks that look the ugliest are the best. It's just the truth, is that when it looks so certain on paper, and it's the Rams and it's Arizona, they look amazing. Like I told you, my favorite pick of the week was Minnesota. I was like, oh, why? Because it looks terrible. It looks like there's no shot. And it's just the nature of it's just the nature of doing this. And it's so funny now, doing this for so long and talking about it all the time. It's like, I don't think that I can identify wins and losses. That's impossible. But I can tell you which way people are going to bet. And if I can try to bet the opposite of that a lot, I think we're going to be okay.
And you know what? And it's been working for us, because our winning percentage, we're in the 56 to 58%, I think.
Very good. For 4 years doing this, come on, man. If you would have bet every pick with us the last 4 years in both contests, you would have done very well.
You would have won money. Absolutely.
Very well.
So for the Super Contest, again, Panthers, Browns. Panthers are a win. Browns are a loss. The Jaguars, Craig's fault, is a loss. But then here you go. Two ugly picks.
My gosh.
Minnesota and Tennessee.
And why are the Jaguars so bad? I'm so wrong on them. I thought they'd be all right. Oof.
Terrible. They're terrible.
So Minnesota ugly pick wins. Our other 2 wins? Oh, so Tennessee, that was another really good pick. Tennessee's another one. It's like that pick looked so bad in the first half, but I was supremely confident that we were going to cover that game. I'm like, no, Tennessee's definitely coming back. Definitely going to cover. Won the game outright. I mean, getting a +5.5 and they went outright. It was like the biggest win of the week.
It was awesome. It's making it much more entertaining to take. So, all right, 5-2 in the Nugget. We're 9-5 overall there. We're 6-4 overall in the Super Contest with back-to-back 3-2 weeks.
Fine.
Let's get at it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Are there college games that you're eyeballing right now, or do you just want to talk the pro lines?
Yeah, let me. Yeah, I did mention Friday night. I do like Virginia against Wake Forest. Wake is on the brink of being ranked, so that's kind of a team that I think I like a little bit. Let me just bring it up real quick here. All right, so we have Notre Dame on the road at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is laying 6.5 points early in that one. In terms of like two teams that are ranked against each other, Texas A&M taking on Arkansas. I'll tell you, Arkansas, it's really interesting. The Razorbacks, Howard, they have been horrible in the SEC the last few years. Brett Bielema used to be the coach. They were like so-so, completely fell apart. They're ranked for the first time, I think, in 3 years. They're 16th. Texas A&M, they lost their quarterback. They're ranked 7th. Texas A&M is -5. That's going to be a great atmosphere. Maybe the game of the week in the SEC.
Did we take Arkansas with the wins total, or did we take them in week 1?
We took them and we won with them in week 2.
Week 2. Okay.
Not a huge week for college. We can skip. We can move on. Yeah. Not a monster week. Alabama plays a cupcake. Ohio State plays a cupcake. They're both 40-point favorites. There aren't going to be many key games, but by the time we get to Friday, I'll definitely have at least 3.
Beautiful. All right. Well, then let's talk about some of the lines here in the pros. The Thursday night game, Carolina is now a 7.5-point favorite over Houston. Obviously, you've got Davis Mills and that stuff here. I mean,
I don't know. Houston's 2-0 against the spread. I mean,
how is that? And I think that's almost the reason to take Carolina this week, right? Because everybody's like, Houston's playing so well right now, but I can't back Davis Mills. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't take Houston. If I was to lean anyway on the game, and we rarely pick the Thursday game, I don't think we will this week, I would lean Carolina, yeah. I would have to do that. I mean, eventually you would think Houston's just going to get smashed. It's just shocking.
Right, the demoralizing losses that just pile up.
I would think so.
All right, let's cruise through it here. I'll go through a couple of games. We'll pretend like this is like the reverse sports grid. How about that? All right, Craig, here we go. We got Washington football team. They are a road dog getting 9 points off of Buffalo. Josh Allen has not looked the same this year so far. Chicago, they travel to Cleveland. The Browns are a 7-point favorite at home to the Bears. The Ravens, only a 7.5-point favorite over the Detroit Lions. Yeah, dude. Only a 7.5-point favorite over the Lions. Are we buying into the Lions offense here?
I mean, the road dogs have been the best bet through 2 weeks in like a decade in the NFL. So, I mean, like every dog you just gave me, I'm like, okay.
Washington, Chicago, and then you want to take the Lions at home? Home dog.
I like all 3 of those over the favorites that you just mentioned for sure. Listen, look, Detroit made so many mistakes to not cover that game. And by the way, Goff threw a pass in the end zone at the end of the game. The guy catches it. They get a 2-point conversion. And they're covering or pushing. So I look, I mean, I don't know. It's a pretty good spot, I would think, for Baltimore, but they are coming off Monday night. Detroit seems to be fighting much harder than they have in the past in the second half of these games.
Well, because Dan Campbell threatened to eat all their children if they didn't perform.
So I'm in on the dogs. I don't know that I could back the Bears though, even though I think the Bears probably may cover that game. Like, I mean, gosh, you have to have some stones to back after seeing Fields play last week. I mean, he's going to be great. I do think so. But, oh, my gosh, he did not look good.
No, it was a rough game. That was definitely a rough one. All right. Colts on the road in Tennessee getting 5.5. You got the Chargers on the road getting 6.5 in Kansas City. You got the Saints on the road in New England getting 3.
Yeah, if we were getting 7 with the Chargers, I would definitely want to take that. I don't know if we'll get that. The lines in the Super Contest will be out tomorrow. But to me, I got to say, Howard, I think Kansas City is going to still win a lot of games, but they don't look like they're going to cover a lot of them. They're 0-2 already against the spread. So what makes you think they're going to crush the Chargers? I don't think that they will. New England's tough, man. Like, I really want to take them against the Saints. I really do. But I don't think they're good either, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure about them.
I mean, yeah, I can't sit there and judge a game where it's Belichick scheming against a rookie quarterback and a rookie coach right? And then the rookie QB throws 4 interceptions. Like, how do you judge that game? Is that like, I mean, is that Belichick? Is that the team in general, or is it just the patheticness of the Jets?
Hard one to say, because again, normally a team turns the ball over 4 times like that, and you're putting up 40 points, and they were. I mean, I think they did score some touchdowns, but they were kicking a lot of field goals in that game too. They're just. If you take New England, you got a shot to win more than you lose, but you also know you're going right down to the end. I think of a lot of their games against the spread.
Yeah. All right. I like the, I mean, I want to wait and see what happens with the Colts first with their quarterback situation. Carson Wentz has 2 sprained ankles. I want to see if it's going to be him or if it's going to be Jacob Eason, who really has not looked good either.
No.
Which is depressing because Tennessee's defense is so bad. Like, so bad.
Yeah, it's really hard to like. I think Tennessee as a dog this year is going to be fantastic, but as a favorite, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to take the Chargers, Craig.
You do?
I want to take the Chargers.
Yeah, let's try to get 7. You think about 7 tomorrow?
I'll do my best. You're
gonna push it.
Did that work?
You're gonna push the line.
Yo, let me grab the phone. Hey, Bobby Westgate, please. Yeah, Bobby, do me a favor. Give me an extra half point on the Chargers game. Thank you so much. Like,
I'm buddies with Al Williams.
Like, how am I gonna do that? What am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do.
I know. Well, check tomorrow. Maybe some money will come in on Kansas City somehow. Boy, I would love to get 7.
I would love to get 7 too. I still might want to take it 6.5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that game as well. And I don't like the Chargers, as you know, but
we don't like the Chargers at home as a favorite.
Never.
Never.
They never cover.
Never. Falcons, road dogs heading into the Giants. They're getting 3. The Bengals at the Steelers, they're getting 4.5. And then the home dog Jacksonville Jaguars getting 7.5, hosting the Arizona Cardinals.
So the last game I'm just going to dismiss, but the first 2 games are interesting because I think here is my question about this first game. This is what bothers me. How are the Giants favored over anyone in the NFL after what you've seen? I gotta take Atlanta here. Like I mean, shouldn't this be a pick'em? Like the Giants are terror. The Giants are probably worse than Atlanta. No.
Yeah. I mean, they give it. I guess they're saying it's a pick'em because Giants are giving 3 at home.
True.
So they're saying it's a pick'em anyway.
There is, and I'm afraid everyone is going to take Atlanta too, but I don't know. I think Atlanta is a good bet. Like I don't trust the Giants at all. I think that they may end up with the worst record in the league, and the Falcons have had a brutal schedule. That was a tough game against Philadelphia, and then they had to go play Tampa, and they played pretty well against them. I thought. I think Atlanta's got a chance in this one, so I kind of like them. I'll tell you, I like Cincinnati a little bit also. And I wonder in this one if Roethlisberger. I mean, what is the story here with Roethlisberger? Is he really hurt? Because if he doesn't play, we can lock in 4.5 points here. I'm definitely want to take them on Sunday.
I mean, I want this game also. I want Cincinnati. It's for a multitude of reasons. It's Big Ben's got a. They're saying it's a pectoral issue. So Mike Tomlin came out and he said that Big Ben's got a pectoral issue. We're gonna just kind of see what happens with him. I mean, Big Ben's a drama queen. He does this all the time, right? Like, I mean, he wants that Willis Reed coming out of the locker room to win the Knicks a championship moment where he's like hobbling out and he's doing that. But that's him. That's Big Ben. Deontay Johnson, I think Tomlin said something to the effect of he's getting better, but don't confuse that with being great. So, I mean, coach speak, whatever you want to do. The Steelers are having issues with defense right now, and the second was just the fact that they play down to their opponent's level. If the opponent's not good, they play down to them. If it's a weak team, They do that. And I could see them, getting in, trying and just doing a shootout with, Cincinnati. All of a sudden, the Bengals go up early by 2 touchdowns because Jamar Chase and T. Higgins catch, huge long bombs from Joe Burrow. Pittsburgh grinds it out. They're losing like 14-7, at the half. Then all of a sudden, in the second half, both teams just start trying to chuck the ball all over the place there. And if that's the case, and it's going to turn out like that, I'll take Cincinnati and get in the 4.5 points here.
Do you like Cincinnati more than Atlanta? Just curious. Just asking.
I do like Cincinnati more than Atlanta. Okay. I worry about Atlanta's defense the most.
Okay, so
I think Saquon Barkley could do something this week.
Yeah, so we'll be in agreement on Cincinnati there. And the other part of this too is, you know what? I kind of see it differently in terms of a game flow for you. I think because Burrow was so bad that they may dial it back a little bit, and that would be good for a cover. It won't be good for Cincinnati overall, but I think that could be good for a cover for that game. Maybe both teams sort of, just kind of scrape out a win, like whoever, like we just want a 1-point win. And I'm not big on Pittsburgh. I think that first week was just a strange week where they beat Buffalo. So I think I'm in with you on Cincinnati. And by the way, they battled back against Chicago. I mean, did they almost win the game? I mean, I wouldn't say that, but with all the mistakes that they made, they were still in there in the last 5 minutes of the game. So yeah. I would go with you on that.
All right. Here we go. Jets on the road in Denver.
Yeah, this is so tough for me, man.
Denver's laying 10.5 points. It was like our nightmare scenario.
It is.
For this.
It is. I don't know, man. Do you really want to do this? I mean, I guess we have to. We just have to do it, but I guess we just have to lay the points, and this will be the one favorite we take, but it doesn't feel good laying that many points in an NFL game with the Denver Broncos. What is this? Do they have Terrell Davis and John Elway or something? I mean, like, listen, how are they 10? We're Peyton Manning? I mean, this is crazy line here. It sort of does tell you that they're going to destroy them, I guess. I guess so. No one is taking Denver this week. Everyone will take the Jets.
Yeah, which sadly means we're going to take Denver, who never loses their first game at home.
We have to I think we just have to follow our instincts and what works and just take Denver. I think we just have to do it because we know, and for people who are watching, Denver always wins and covers their first home game. It just always.
Yeah. Because
I guess altitude, and they're not used to it. And it just happens, but this is so many points. It's a lot.
So many points. So depressed. Miami on the road getting 4 from the Raiders. Tampa Bay is now the favorite. This line has been going back and forth.
Yeah.
They are now the favorite -1 over the Rams. So we got a road favorite. Got a home dog here, Craig. Home dog.
I just want to watch that game. I don't know about you. I don't know. I don't have a great feeling on that one.
That's fine. Do you have a good feeling on Miami and the Raiders?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe by Friday, but not really. I don't know. Like, I could not take Miami, but then would it shock you to see them win? Like, the Raiders are so weird. I don't have a great feeling on them either. I don't know. Not sure.
Minnesota at home, another home dog. They're getting 2 right now against Seattle.
Wow. Tough.
I know. They're going to just try and run that same game plan that Tennessee did with Dalvin Cook. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, but Henry didn't do anything in the first half. It was really weird.
But Tennessee still came out on top.
They did. They realized that the only way that they can win is with Henry. Like, they ignored him in game 1. What else? We got any other options?
Yeah, Green Bay on the road in San Francisco. Green Bay is a 3.5-point dog on the road. San Francisco always annihilates Green Bay when they travel over there. They do. Always do.
They do.
Always.
I think that's possible.
I hate taking the Niners, dude. I hate it so much.
I know, but did Green Bay really impress you all that much last night?
No, they really didn't. I mean, again, that's beating up on a team that you should beat up on. Like, how you let 17 points score against you from Detroit
in the first half.
Terrible.
I'm with you. I would take San Francisco.
That's the Sunday night game. The Monday night game in Big D, the Dallas Cowboys are laying 4 points to the visiting Philly Eagles.
Faderama. Here we go.
What are we fading?
We're taking Philly. Right? Cowboys is a favorite too. Is always a terrible bet, isn't it?
Cowboys is a favorite is a bad pick.
I would definitely leaning in Philadelphia's direction in that game.
I won't have any problem accepting that lean. I will not have any issue with that.
Yeah.
You give me the Chargers, you give me the Bengals, I'll give you the Eagles.
So Chargers plus points, Bengals plus points, Eagles plus points.
Uh-huh.
San Francisco, maybe.
Denver.
And Denver. So we have 2 favorites and 3 dogs in there?
So far, yeah.
That seems plausible. Seems plausible, yeah. So I feel like we'll use Cincinnati for both contests. I feel like that's the one we are feeling the best about. Is that fair?
Yeah, probably. Again, Washington getting 9. With the way Buffalo's offense has been, 9 seems like a lot, which now tells me that we should just take Buffalo. Sorry, never mind.
No, I think if I had to be on one side, it would be Washington, but Buffalo did look much better last week. Their defense also, the defensive end, that guy Epineza.
Mm-hmm.
Is Miami just that bad, or is that guy that good? They could not stop that guy.
I think Miami's a little on the bad side. Not as good as great secondary.
Right.
Great secondary. I like Chargers. We talked about Falcons. Definitely a possibility, although I do have a fear that Saquon Barkley finally gets unleashed and actually does something this week.
It could be. It could be. If I asked you, well, I guess your answer would be Jacksonville probably. But if I asked you which team's going to have the worst record, knowing what you've seen thus far at the end of the season, would you say Jacksonville? Is that what you would say? Or the Giants? Yeah. I'd say the Giants.
I'd say Jacksonville.
It'd be fair.
It would be
Jacksonville fair. Jacksonville just played Houston and Denver and looked terrible. It's not getting easier from here.
All right. Well, there you go. That's a nice little early look at the lines as Craig and I get to go 12-0 with our picks this week. All right? Got to power through it, man. We got to listen. It's been nice. It's been fun. I love it. Let's have it. I think we've got a good beat on a lot of these games. I mean, how often do we come out of a Tuesday being like, oh yeah, we love these dogs?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, there's gonna be a week where all the favorites are gonna win.
Yes,
we just have to figure that week out. Like that's the key. There's like a couple of treacherous weeks where everything goes according to plan. And we finish like 2 and 3. Like it's gonna happen. There's no doubt. Look, out of 17 weeks, we're gonna have a couple losing weeks for sure. We always have. We just gotta avoid the 0-5s and the 1-4s and figure out which is that week where all the favorites come through. I don't know. I don't really see it being this week. I don't get that feeling. But it may happen eventually, and we just have to pick that out. But my guess is we got to be like in the top 10 in the Golden Nugget contest overall after 2 weeks. I would assume.
I don't. Where are the standings? I don't even know where the standings.
We're gonna have to get those. I mean, that's a really strong record. 9-5, right? Is that right? Yeah, that's really good.
I'll dig through it and I'll see if I can find it. In the meantime, we're gonna say goodnight here. Thank everybody here for watching the live stream. And as always, if you had any questions about any of these picks, you can hit us up on Twitter. He's at Craig Mish. I'm at Roto Buzz Guy. And you can also hit up at Wager Alarm. There you go. But for now, I will check in with you, Craig. You and I will see each other again on Friday.
Sounds good. Have a great week, Howard. Enjoy Thursday night's game, and I'll see you then.
All right. That's going to do it. Big thanks to John and Pemba for producing tonight's show. For Craig Mish, I'm Howard Bender. This has been the Wager Alarm live stream, and we'll catch you next time.